Hey everybody, it is Christopher Arkand with Wolf Totem Drafting Services, and today we are going to do something a little more exciting with what we have started. Because I know some of you are wondering, why are we drawing Pac-Man, and why are we drawing lines and circles and stuff? I want to do some 3D modeling and all that fun jazz. Alright, well you know what? We are going to do a little bit of 3D modeling, because I will show you in CADWorks why this was important. Learning how to draw circles, learning how to draw lines, and how to apply them into converting those into something 3D. So I'm not going to go into the AutoCAD fun stuff of doing rendering and doing push-pull at this moment in time. Well, we will, but that'll be at the end of this video. But I'll show you why I wanted to go over just drawn lines and circles and copying, because I think it's very important to know why I use those basic tools in my everyday skill set when I'm doing my drawings. So, um, like we mentioned before, we are going to now delete our Pac-Man, and we can do all of them this time. So we're going to draw it from absolute zero again. Let's go zero, or we'll draw a circle at 0, 0, 0, and we're going to draw there. So what are we going to do with this circle? Well, you know what? I think we need to draw a lifting lug. So a lifting lug is a piece of steel, essentially, or you can use anything really as a lifting lug as long as it's proper to lift something. um, so uh, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a lifting lug. So for the application of what we use lifting lugs for in the welding and fabrication world is that in order to pick up a building or skid package or a module, you'll have a lifting lug, and they all vary in different sizes and shapes. But the importance is mostly the material thickness, the material type, and all that fun jazz. But for a skid lifting lug, you know what? I'm going to delete the circle. I don't like the circle now. But for a skid shape lifting lug, it will end up being nestled into a beam. I'll show you how to draw it for specific beam sizes later on, but we'll get the general idea of how to draw a lifting lug using AutoCAD and CADWorks, so you get to see the 3D modeling aspect of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a line. So we're going to hit L, specify first point. So we're going to go to our absolute zero, and we're going to draw a lifting lug. So we're going to draw a line here, going to draw a line here, and I'm going to draw another line going out this way, and a circle. I'm going to snap this down and go here. This is a little bit silly of a lifting lug, but that's okay. Now, with our snap settings, we're going to go from here. This is where we use our, I believe it's quadrant. Is that quadrant? I'm second guessing myself for a second. I don't want to give you, it's tangent, sorry. So we'll want to snap to our tangent here, because this will continue with this line here. So now we're going to trim this line, trim that line, and for our hole, for our shackle, we're going to go to the center of our circle. We're going to draw. I'm going to draw with a diameter. So right now, when you draw a circle, you usually draw in radius. But for the case of doing a shackle, we're going to hit D for our diameter. If you see on the bottom of my screen here, right here, you can click on that too if you want. But we're going to draw. Doing that makes our circle a little smaller, but it'll give me something more accurate. So right now, this is going to be the shape of our lifting lug. But as you can see, it is only 2D. Well, we want to make this 3D. So what do? Well, we'll stay in our southwest isometric view. We are going to go to Area Objects, go to Plates. We are going to go to Structural. We're going to choose our plate thickness. Let's say for how goofy this one is, we'll call it PL20. That's essentially 3/4 inch plate, technically PL19, but who's counting? Place by lines. Then we're going to go Insert. So we're going to highlight our outside lines, or outer lines. Then we're going to hit Enter or Spacebar. It's going to tell me to pick the thickness direction. Well, let's just go down. It's easier to go down with something. And there we are. We made the steel for the shape of our lifting lug. Well, now, if I go into realistic, or let's go to realistic. If I go into realistic, all it is just this block of blue steel. But I need a hole. So let's go back into our 2D wireframe. How do we give us a hole for our shackle? Well, we are going to type in a command called press pull. And we're going to highlight this. Want to make sure that's highlighted that it's only, whoa, what is going on there? We want to make sure that what we are highlighting is only this circle. And we're going to click that and drag it down. So now, if we go into our realistic view and we type in orbit, this is how you would view an item. You can see we have a hole now. And boom, there we kind of created a lifting lug. I mean, I don't like the shape of this one fully, but it probably would work in some application. But yeah, that's why we draw lines, we draw circles, and we trim things. Wait till you see how we mirror and copy this onto real applications. So in our next video, we will start on drawing a small skid, and we'll start with the skid base. We'll see you in the next video.